Hi, welcome back to my channel. I have another book review for you today, and this is for another cozy mystery. I read a lot of cozy mysteries, and most of them come from Bookature, the publisher where I get most of the review copies that I read. And in this one, Murder at St. Saviour's, we have the fifth book in the Flora Steele cozy mystery series. Now, what I like about this book is the time frame. It's mid-1950s. In fact, this book takes place during 1956 in Sussex, England. Now, it's the Christmas season. It's November currently in the book, in the setting in the book, and now people in the town of Abbeymead are preparing for Christmas, decorating and other things that will liven up the environment. Now, there's a new church and a new curate, at the local church. There's a new curate, the assistant to the priest. So when Flora Steele and her, we'll just say, potential relationship, and I'll talk about that in a few minutes, they are taking a walk, and they get over to the church or pass by the church because they're actually trying to go to a movie. And they were drawn to the church because of the sound of a bell toll. All right, so they follow their intuition, their instinct that something doesn't seem right. Why is there a single bell toll? Well, when they get there, they find that the curate, Lyle Beaumont, is dead. And he had a note in his hand. And not just any note, but as it turns out, a mysterious note. So the police are called, but one of them, Inspector Alan Ridley, respects Flora and Jack. And as Ridley says, we're kind of understaffed. If you guys could, not you guys, but if you two could ask questions, if you could see what you can suss out, and I'll do my part, you do your part, and we'll compare notes. Of course, that's right up their alley because they've solved murders in the past. So now that Flora and Jack have come across this body, there's something that's very interesting when you read the story. And what's interesting is when that bell sound was made, when it was made and when they got to the scene, Lyle Beaumont's body was surrounded by quite a few people. Was one of them the killer? That's the question. And there's a side story here. The side story is Flora and Jack in two spots in the book. In one area of the book, Flora is trying to define her relationship with Jack. In another part of the story, Jack is trying to define his relationship with Flora. Now, I have read all of the previous books in the series, and what's happening between Flora and Jack would be considered a slow burn romance. It's taking its time. And this book brings more definition to that growing romance between Jack and Flora, and I like that. But there's intrigue in the mystery behind the curate and his death. So Jack actually leaves Abbeymead. He chooses to pursue leads somewhere else. Flora stays there, and she's working on leads where she is. But then they discover some things that don't quite make sense. People aren't who they say they are. There's friction between family members. Some people have a grudge. Then there's newcomers to the area that don't have any ties with the village at all. And last but not least, the closer they get to solving this murder, the closer they find themselves to danger. So that is basically the gist of this book, Murder at St. Saviour's. It's the fifth book in the series, and If you want to compare the atmosphere, think of Miss Marple or Agatha Christie, or yeah, we'll stop there. Think of Agatha Christie because of the 50s and the area in England. And when you read how Merryn Allingham writes this book, and you start to feel yourself drawn into those particular scenes. Now, cozy mysteries are my jam. I think they probably are becoming one of my favorite genres. And I have a lot of favorite genres, but cozy mysteries are just so easy to read. You're not getting anything dark and dastardly. You are getting murders, but everything is off scene, and what you have is your amateur sleuths trying to solve those murders. And that's what you have here. So I highly recommend this book. I'm pretty sure you can get this book and the 4 previous titles on Kindle Unlimited. Now, will this book work as a standalone? Most definitely. But why would you want to read the whole series, the first 4 and then this 5th book? Because of the continuity of the growing story between Flora and Jack and other parts of their family and their family's backgrounds that slowly creep through the pages of the book to give you a full picture. So that's it for Murder at St. Saviour's, and hopefully you'll take a look at the book. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.